What are you doing today?
So compressor casing's gone back on, LP compressor's gone back on, so all we're now doing is rebuilding the external engine ancillary, so all the air delivery pipes, all the oil pipes, everything like that, ready for the engine to go back into storage in as much of a complete state as we can make it. So when it needs dragging out again, she's a complete engine, ready to go.
Wrong way now, shall I? I shouldn't laugh. You can't put the down steady. That's the police. Right, about this engine. So this is from the.
This is a Vulcan ground power unit, and it provides electricity to the aircraft, both 28 volt DC and 200 volt AC. We had to take the top off it because the bearings in the water pump had decided to not be bearings anymore, and the fan had a lot of play in it, and it had some damage onto the bottom of that shroud on the radiator, and it was just making this really bendy. But we took that off and got that straightened out a bit, and now the water pump's been, I think Stephen made a new bearing and edited the shaft a bit, and that's all been reassembled, and we've just finished putting that back on, and now the radiator can go back on and we can get some new hoses, and then the top can go back on. The engine's the same as Route Master bus. It's I think it's a Leyland 0600 or something like that. I can't exactly remember perfectly, but when we were looking to get a new water pump for it, it's different from the actual engine that's on the bus. But we managed to find one on eBay that was the same, and I think it's kind of mashed together to make one good one.
So what capacity is this engine?
It's a 9.8 litre diesel, and it's an inline 6. 655 doesn't have a... On the AEO panel, you can see where that would be displayed.
Okay, right. Don't let it roll towards me.
What?
Well, this is the rear radome, and we've managed to source another rear red steer radome. Radar to go in the radome rather, and to get it in, we're going to get it off, and then get this inner bracket out. Unfortunately, all of these screws, well, they're welded in pretty much for the years of being on the aircraft. So,
or going at another angle.
Yeah.
Right. To cause the whole thing to break up.
So there's a scanner up there. There's a massive unit that's supposed to be behind it, and it's probably about that big, and that actually sits in the aircraft, and then it's just connected to that scanner there.
Cool.
I put the separation piece on, and what I've forgotten is when I've gone to look at the replacement engine, is this actually P-clips in with these to the bolts that I've already gone through and tightened up. So now I need a slight dismantle of 3 bolts to go and re-put that back in. Nothing major, but yeah, because there's no guide for this. Sort of have to, yeah, it happens every so often of what part goes on next, and occasionally you have to take a part off to fit the next bit. So 5-minute job to refit this, and then we'll be on our way again.
This is the spare engine.
So this is the second of the 2 spares that we've got that was taken out of Woodford's. And this is complete. This is a fully complete engine. We've not touched it, but it's very useful for reference, for routing of pipes where bits P-clip on, etc. So the pipe that I'm looking at is behind here. So this is the one that we're installing on the engine out there, and what it does is it shows me where the P-clips actually attach to the bolts that I've already put in. So I'll go and mirror that out there, and then we make sure that we put them in the correct places when they go back. Bolts onto those four mounting plates. What we need is a perspex window underneath. So we can look up here.
Can you get it in without taking the back off?
There we go.
I'm still finishing the hard piping for the brakes and the hydraulic jacks. I've done most of the connections now, and now I'm just blowing the pipes out before I finally connect them up.
So is this the bomb tower?
Yes. This is a SAB-T, standardised Airfield bomb transporter. As it's proper, yeah, but bomb trolley, whatever. This would carry 14 £1,000 bombs in two carriers, 2 racks. So up in the bomb bay we have a carrier which has 7 bombs, and they're loaded up as a cassette. So this carries 2 cassettes out, and there'll be a second SAB-T to carry the third one. But we're restoring this into functioning condition. So each corner has its own hydraulic jack, each corner has its own brake. So consequently there's a lot of piping goes around here.
So it'll carry 14 £1,000 bombs.
Yes.
That's 7 tons basically.
Yes, plus the weight of the carriers, plus the weight of the frames that hold the carriers.
Of course.
And then that gets taken in under the aircraft. Each end is steerable. So apart from each end getting its own jack and its own brake, it also has an inching gear. So you can engage this lever and then use this handle, and you can actually wind each wheel. This means that with 4 people, you can actually drive this, trap it under the aircraft and get precise positioning. About 1971, we found a plate on it, a little plate down here. But unfortunately, they've scratched the date in, and it's not very clear. It's about 1971 this was created, but the design is earlier than that. This one just happens to be made at that time.
So basically, it's a case of take these out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Roger's got a small chisel, you may be able to just chisel the top off them, right? Then you'll be able to lever the case off there. You'll be able to get to the nut underneath, and we need to crack the nut in some way, shape or form. The thing to do is to take these off first.
Yeah.
Right, not that one. Right, obviously
smaller
not
ones there.
those 2. So it's all the smaller ones.
Yeah.
There's one over there that's actually in one piece. There's no screw in it. Probably because the thread's knackered in there. We'll probably replace that anyhow. So, yeah. So when you've got all those off, then we'll look at actually splitting these. See how we get on. You might be able to, with a chisel, just hack that, but you need to take the rivets out anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when that ring comes out, we're going to have to pull the rivets out and drill the holes. Ring and this would have been put on in the bay after I removed the can. There should be a can on the back of here. Goes down into that. So these would have been bolted up and then put on the aircraft, and they've been overpainted and corrosion's got in, and
Years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's one of those jobs, but we don't want to cut the bolts because the bolts are difficult to get. Although,
Yep. on to the next one. Retighten that one up.
Just remaking hoses at the minute. I'm trying to get these ones that are no good anymore off. But that one's been made. I've got one more to make that goes in between there, and then the entire radiator can go back on. It's just decided to weld itself together.
So disconnecting these so I can blow them through, and then I can blow them up properly, finally. So each of these has got its own jack, which is controlled by a valve, so you can control each one individually. And then this is the master valve, so when you want to let them down, you just crack that off and they all go down together. That's the idea anyway. Fortunately, a lot of the fittings have been here, so and we've got pipe plans. And we can get some paint on them to try and protect them a bit.
What's the torque setting? Mighty tight.
Well, the point is they're flared copper pipes, so they will actually, you can feel a crush and then you can feel when they're done, but they're fine like that.
What this will do, we'll find out in a minute.
Come on.
Still got a bit there to go.
Yeah, a bit more.
Need a punch now. Reasonable size punch. About that sort of size. Anyway. We don't want to damage the actual bolt if we can get it out.
That's one down. How many to go?
Many. It's quite a
What do you reckon
few.
you are on that?
I'd say more or less probably about 20. So slow process.
Well, it's done in half an hour.
Probably.
So basically, got to just get out, try and get onto the top of the thing. It's a bit of a tricky one, this one. Give it a whack. Oh, come on. Give it a whack. That's it. And again. That's it. Try again on that one. A bit more. And again. Now we try and give it a whack underneath to see if we can. That's it. Okay. So put that over there. Go away from that heavy one for the moment. Put that one over there and then just tap it because it's not the right fit, and that's not a sock. That's not a sort of a nut as such. It's built for being grabbed, so you probably won't get a size that'll fit one. Let's go find the size now. We've got it there. The weird size, yeah. The hopping on the riser. Thank you. The ½ inch would probably do it actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's depending on how tight it is. It's a bit of slop. But at least that's a good fit anyway. They're going to be replaced anyway, so bring it out a little way, and then you can. Oh, it has got a little. It's still got a little collar around it. That's what it's got that metal around it. Now just give that a belt. That's protecting the thread then. See, so you don't whack the thread. So come on, might have to get a fairly good whack. A bit more force than that, I think. There you go. Take that off now. Put it all the way. Cool.
The rock with angle.
Yeah, but I don't want to take the bolt back out again to get to it. They'll go back in the bag. That's all you do. You don't touch anybody else's tools unless you want to die into it. Yeah. Yep, yep.
That's on.
Yep, that's on. And it's even roughly in the right place for the electrical connection.
Usually helps.
It's only an electrical connection. So this is a hot air valve. So for the engine anti-icing at the front. So what you have is out of the combustion chamber back here, you have various outlets. There's 8 of them if I remember correctly, and what it does is the hot air is taken from the combustion chamber, comes forward, this valve then opens and closes, there's another pipe that comes to here, and what that does is that feeds hot air circulating around the front of the engine where the cold air is coming in to prevent engine anti-icing at high level, and this is the control valve and the regulation valve. It regulates the pressure down from that comes straight off the combustion chamber. Don't snap. You'll need a spanner for that one.
Awkward. Give me the wrong tool. That'll do. And you've got the spanner?
2V8.
That'll do. I recognise that.
Okay.
That'll do. Right, work done.
Try not to damage the thread, but otherwise I've gone beyond that.
Yeah.
Just get this bit of metal out of the way. It's the bit of the locking ring that's if we can get it in there. Can't be much holding that one now.
Yeah, hold your end. Just stick the bolt down, don't put the bolts on yet.
Oh, right, no, we need to go into that pipe. No, yeah, the pipe's not lined up.
I still need to.
Have a look.
I still need to put a pipe on it anyway. I need to put a pipe on it anyway. It's fine.
Alright.
Do you want me to have a look?
So you just put a pipe on it, don't push it in.
Wait, let's see. It's just the pipe that it's stuck on, I think. Right, and now, if I can... But now we're stuck on that. Oh.
Oh, is it lined up now? There you go. Once you put one in, it'll line it all up.
Where? Oh, have you got them? Can you just stick them in the holes?
No, the actual. Huh? The actual bolts. You're in, Charlie.
No, not yet.